So I'm Anna Hullum, and I voice Raven. I don't know how to do that.
Hi, I'm Kara Eberly, and I voice Vaishni.
Hi, I'm Erin Zeck, and I'm having a problem with my mic. And I voice Blake Belladonna.
Hi, I'm Joel Mann, and I'm the animation director for RWBY Volume 6.
Hi, I'm Joe Clary, and I'm the new lead producer.
And I'll tell you what, just to get this party started, let's go ahead and start with the brand new Volume 6 character short. We need to cut the stream for this. Hey, if you're on the stream, we'll tell keep an eye on the website. But anyways, what do you guys think? They decided to do an Adam short for this volume. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, when they pitched that, we just instantly said, yeah, just go do it. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
We should just go ahead and, yeah. and I loved how it kind of connected so many dots from over the seasons and the earlier shorts. And also just as a heads up, yeah, whenever we do something, you tend to expect in a rhythm of 4, particularly if we start with somebody named Ruby, then there might be 3 more girls worth of stuff coming. This particular volume, this is the one short that we're going to do. Carrie and Miles wanted to do something really cool to tide everybody over, and then they really wanted to put as much time as they could into writing and just working on the next volume. So that's going to be the Volume 6 character short, so there you go.
I like that.
So-
It really fleshed out how like nasty Adam it really is. Like you kind of realize like why Blake stayed for so long.
Did you have any
Screwed up man.
flashbacks to the original character trailer for Blake? Just going back, kind of revisiting that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. I
Yeah.
totally forgot I did that too. I was like, wait, that's Blake. Is she gonna talk? Oh crap, that's right.
Joel, what was it like leading the team to animate that?
Oh man, it was definitely an interesting experience because this is probably, this is definitely the third RTX trailer that I've worked on, and it's kind of amazing to see how far each year the team has come. So yeah, I mean, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's working on Groovy right now. Like every single year, y'all pull out the stops and create.
Speaking of which,
Yeah, everybody's here.
Ruby. Any animation department staff member who's ever worked on Ruby, stand up. Y'all my heroes. And everybody, in case you didn't catch it, then we have producer extraordinaire Joe Clary at the end of the table. Joe actually started off as one of our visual post supervisors for a while, and when we decided that we were going to continue to reinforce the producing infrastructure, I can talk, around the department, we asked you, and you stepped up, and now you're the big brain on Ruby. How's it going, man? You settling in okay?
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, I was a visual post-producer last season, which was amazing, getting to work with the lighting, compositing, and VFX teams. Always a special place in my heart. But yeah, now, obviously, anything I can do for Ruby, I will do, and it's awesome to take a bigger role and to work with every department along the pipeline. Obviously with Miles and Carrie writing and seeing the full process when we work on storyboards all the way through final audio mix. It's amazing people every step of the way, and it's just really been a fun process. So the Adam short was a great way to get started for the season, and I'm hoping you guys are going to like what you see.
Yeah.
Cool. And I also still wanted to say a little something, plus give a shout out to Cohen Wooten, who I think is in the back helping run all this. Yeah, there he is. There's the man. So Cohen took over for me as lead producer on Ruby a few volumes ago, and what's been going on inside the department is we've been growing so quickly, and there's so many cool new things that we want to try that I've actually had to take off several of the 10 different hats that I wear around the department, and one of which was I have let go of the title of supervising producer. So Cohen has stepped up from being lead producer on Ruby. He is now supervising producer for the department, and that is why Joe is taking over as producer on Ruby, if you want to follow all that inside baseball. But there you go. But I can't say enough good things about the folks that have been making the show. But how y'all doing? It's fantastic to have you up here on the stage. Yeah.
This is fun. This is fun. They've never given us
I know,
pounds
we'll
of
share.
struggle.
Well, I tell you what, let's rather than spend too much time on all the business portion of things, I'm not going to pull up any of the slides, but I do want to throw out some headlines for everybody real quick, just to make sure that you're aware of all the cool things that are happening either here at RTX in Austin this weekend or are coming soon to a website or store near you. Some of the headlines that have been coming out over the course of this weekend. We've got the next Fathom event has been announced. They're going to do the Volume 6 premiere is going to be in theaters. So stay tuned. I think the website just went live the other day. The Fathom event will take place on October 25th, and it will include some exclusive bonus content. I don't know what that is yet.
Good luck.
Next up, who here's been checking out the manga? You guys been reading the, yeah, oh man. So Viz has been doing a fantastic job of translating it and bringing it over here to the States. They did Miwa-san's original run from Ultra Jump, and then what they've been doing lately, if you haven't caught it, are the anthologies. So this is more of a grassroots effort from a different team, a different collection of artists and writers in Japan, up-and-coming mangaka over there, that each volume is centered around one of the 4 members of Team RWBY. And here in the States, RWBY is already out. We've already got limited quantities of the Weiss volume of the anthology, Mirror Mirror. They are now available in the RTX store here.
I'm biased.
And oh, really? So I'm just going to keep teasing you about everything. That's because apparently that's all I'm good for is just teasing people. But anyways, well, that's fine. Well, then everybody else, sorry if you missed out, but it is going to be available for everybody on August 21st. Hey, don't rub it in. What are you doing? It's not cool. The Blake book From Shadows will be available on November 12th.
I didn't know that.
And the Yang book will have its release in the very beginning of next year, date TBD, so stay tuned for that. So, next up, I promise I will get through, there's too much cool stuff going on, but I'll get through this as fast as I can. They're working on a brand new Japanese manga now. So the Miwa-san's went so well that they want to do another one. This is going to be done by Shonen Jump. And this is going to be simultaneously serialized in English this time around. So visually putting it out at the same time if that's how you want to get your books. And it's going to be done, it's going to be produced by the same team that produced the manga by Miwa-san. But this time around, the mangaka, the artist is going to be Kohei Kusu, aka Kusu-san. And we've got some example art of his online that you can check out. He's already done some RWBY pieces. And what they want to do, the first phase of this run, they're going to go back and adapt volumes 1 and 2 and spend some more time and show you some more moments that might have happened around then that maybe weren't exactly in the show. But they're going to go back to the beginning of RWBY and tell it in manga form. So that's pretty darn cool. The next thing is we're doing a book. We're doing a RWBY YA series. So this is going to be published by Scholastic. The first book is called RWBY After the Fall. And they didn't include the author's name. I know it's Eugene. But this guy's really cool. But we've already flown him out to Rooster Teeth Animation, and he has spent a couple of days with Miles and Carrie and the team. And then we've been in constant contact ever since while he's been outlining the book. And what we thought would be pretty cool is to do a book that centers around Team Coffee. It's cool. Team RWBY will be in it also. But here's the synopsis. After Beacon Academy fell, Coco, Fox, Velvet, and Yatsuhashi made a vow. No one else is getting left behind. It's been more than a year since Team Coffee saw their school destroyed by the creatures of Grimm, their friends felled in battle or scattered across the world of Remnant. Since then, they've been settling into life at Shade Academy in Vacuo, fighting hard to finish their training so they can find their friends and save the world. But when a distress message comes into Shade asking for huntsmen and huntresses to defend refugees from a never-ending stream of Grimm, Team Coffee answers the call without hesitation. But in the heat of the desert, they're forced to relive their former battles, both from the fall of Beacon and from everything that came before. And that will be out summer 2019 worldwide. So save that. Next up, Jazzwares, one of our merchandise partners, is doing a ton of cool new toy releases. There's a new, it's Wave 3 of the 3 3/4-inch collectible figures, so check those out. I think they're doing the time jump outfits, the Volume 4 stuff. They're doing metal or metallic paint variant exclusives. They've got other retailer exclusives, so depending on what store you go to, you might see some other paint jobs or slight sculpt differences that you haven't seen before. And they're going to do another wave of the Blind Box mystery figures. So Series 3, based on Volumes 4 and 5, will include Crow and Raven chase figures. And there's going to be some additional retailer exclusive at Hot Topic and GameStop. What else? You should be checking out. There's a whole bunch of cool new stuff coming out at Hot Topic, as well as there's going to be a Ruby line at Forever 21. Which is damn cool. We always used to joke, dust, not even once. And now it's like, hey, dust for everybody. We're making dust crystal candy? It's gonna. So FYE, which is our same partner that does the Pira cereal, they're going to do a line of dust crystal rock candy, so look for that. GameStop has their selection of Ruby items. We're going to do another 2019 calendar with Calendar Holdings. They're going to start doing Bluetooth versions of the headphones. So that's pretty cool. Oh, they're already, yeah, everybody, there you go. Okay, this one, this next little tale, I promise we're almost done with the sales job. Ever since I was a Guitar Hero and Rock Band fan, it was like, what are we going to have to do to get Jeff and Casey Lee Williams music into this game? And I don't know if you caught it, but this morning, Harmonix, that makes Rock Band, actually went back and found the original tweet that I sent them in 2015 saying, come on, let's do this. Hey, everybody, tell Harmonix that you want to see this happen. And it's finally happening. You can actually go play This Will Be the Day on Rock Band. The booth is here at RTX right now. And they're going to do 2 more songs. We can't tell you which ones they are yet. Stay tuned. But yeah, by the end of it, you're going to have 3 songs from the Ruby soundtrack available on Rock Band.
Gray makes things happen on Twitter.
The magic of crowd pressure. Who here has had a chance to check out Ruby Amity Arena, the new mobile game from NHN?
I did.
Is that sweet?
It's amazing.
It's so fun.
Played it yet.
Well, then...
I'm so pretty in it. Wow, that got loud.
Yeah, you gotta get down there. NHN, our friends at that video game company, are in booth 1125, and they've been a lot of fun to work with. They love the show, and they pay attention to every little detail, and they're trying to get everything right as much as possible. And I've enjoyed whenever I have a whole 2 seconds to actually take a break and play the game. It's been cool. And then, look, a lot of y'all will tweet stuff at us that we can't say anything about. I can't fave your tweet. I can't wink. I can't say spoilers or whatever, because even sometimes us not saying anything would kind of give you a half answer as it is. So everyone was like, a mobile game? That's awesome, but come on, Grim Eclipse. And yes, the Rooster Teeth video development team is busy at work working on more content for Ruby Grim Eclipse. So I love the fact that we're going to do another round for the game. They're working on a content update and some new cosmetic DLC as well. These updates are going to be released in the fall on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. If you are a current owner of the game before the stuff comes out, then you also get a free update that includes, current owners will receive a free update that includes a new Horde mode maps, a new campaign mode, and an all-new game mode. And more DLC that'll get released includes new pajama skins for Team Ruby and Juniper. And they're also going to do the Volume 4 outfits as well. And then they've got more costumes planned after that, so stay tuned for more announcements. And if you want to demo where the game is at right now, they are in Rooster Teeth Town, which is booth 731. And I'm sure all of you are writing down the booth numbers, right? And then the last thing, I just want to give a shout out to Arc Systems Works and Blade Blue and the crossover event that they were doing. Has anyone else had a chance to play the fighting game? This thing's amazing. That was a dream come true. And I'm sure you guys have heard this story before about the article in Forbes, and then we reached out to them after that, and then they invited us to go to Tokyo to meet up and figure out if we actually figure out how to do this thing. But it's been fantastic working with them. They've come to Austin a couple times, and we're amazed by how the game turned out. And if you want to see more Ruby content in Blade Blue tag, then you should let them know. So that's enough with all the business stuff. Let's liven it up. Do you guys have that Chibi episode ready to go? Let's do that. So we're gonna have to cut the stream. What we're gonna do this time around is we're gonna jump ahead and run one that was not at yesterday's Ruby panel. We're gonna run episode, I think it's 15.
Then I gotta sit in the audience.
Yeah, there you go. Anybody here from Chibi Team? Chibi Team? Yeah, stand up if you worked on Chibi.
That was cute. I just want to know what monster that was. Will we ever see it?
That's an excellent question. That's kind of funny you should bring that up. Hey, speaking of stuff, this is a story that Carrie was telling about yesterday, where he had this one pertains to something that you're going to see. in
Wait a
volume
minute. Is
6.
there something I'm missing again?
So, yeah, here's the story. So this is going to be something that you're going to be seeing soon. This is the Grim Manticore, and what happened was, Carrie and Miles wanted to put a new kind of Grim into the story, and this is the one that they were planning on doing. And then a community member posted a piece of fan art about the same mythological creature done as a Grim. And they thought that their art was so cool, they asked them, would you like us to go ahead, can we please go ahead and use your design for the basis of the concept of the character that's going to appear in the show?
Cool.
So, again, shout out to all the fan artists out there. Please keep sharing your work. We love it. So, yeah, they, Carrie and Miles and Pat and the art team worked on refining the concept a little bit more, and then you'll get to see that in action in Volume 6. Speaking of Grim. So, let's see here. So the reason I've been trying to blaze through this kind of fast is that we only have until 3 o'clock for this. But before we go to Q&A, who here was at the Anim Mega Panel last night? Cool. Actually, let me turn that around. So if you weren't here, or you weren't at Saturday Morning Cartoons, if you were at neither of those two panels, raise your hands. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're gonna cut the stream one more time. Let's go ahead and cut the stream.
What are we doing?
And the reason I want to show this to you So we can go ahead and bring the stream back now.
That
But
was
again-
so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, it's been incredible. We're always, indebted to what has come before, and this wouldn't be happening without Ruby and your support. So thanks to you for that. And but what I love is that, and now we get to kick ass with all things Ruby and get that out in the world, and we're so close to Volume 6, October 27th. If you guys haven't caught that, so it's going to be a fantastic next several months with Ruby followed by Genlock next year. So stay tuned for that. And with that, why don't we dive into some Q&A and get everybody talking to the crowd calmly? Hey, no, easy.
Does
it's
this
cool.
mean Michael B. Jordan
Everybody
knows
be
who I
cool.
am?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I'm the B in Michael B. Jordan. It's not true.
And we've got some loot. So if you ask a cool question and we ask you to come up, please then come by and we'll go ahead and get some. The magic box is back. So, speaking of all things B, let's start with Blake over here.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a dumb question, but I'm curious.
That's okay. We're dumb people with dumb answers, so it'll work out.
What would Blake enjoy more, catnip or weed?
Welcome to Ruby After Dark, everybody. Volume 420.
Volume 420. I feel like she would like catnip. I've never been a weed person because it just kind of fogs the brain, but I feel like with catnip you're more alert and she'd be better at like reading or something, but with weed she'd just be like zoned out. So I'm gonna go catnip.
Unfortunately, I don't have a souvenir completely appropriate to that question, but you can come up anyway.
I've never gotten that question ever, and that never happens. Do you have weed in the box?
Next question.
Sucks.
Max.
Hi, I wanted to ask, when it comes to the Volume 1 and Volume 2 manga, say like they have certain side plots of classes or grim fights, would that be considered canon or no?
That's a great question. My honest answer is I'm not sure, but I think so. I think so. They're actually planning it out right now, and I've not had a chance to review what else they're up to. So stay tuned, and we'll clarify that as soon as we know for sure. But that's a great question. Keep coming up. Yeah. Next.
All right, so I got an open question to anybody who wants to say anything about this. See, I'm really big into the weapons. I've always I've modeled out the weapons, fabricated them on a 3D printer, and I got a question about, were there any features, any aesthetics, anything that you liked about the weapons that had to get cut? Anything in particular that you can think of?
Take it away. No, that's for everybody. Whoever has an answer, go for it.
Did we cut weapons or what was?
No, just any features of any weapon that you can think of.
Can't think of it.
What is the overall question? I've missed it because I was talking.
I don't fully understand the question.
I'm sorry. One more time. Boil it down. What is it?
Okay, Crescent Rose, did it have any features that it doesn't have now that it used to? Or any of the weapons?
So that wouldn't be for the actors to answer.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have no idea.
And I'm sure Miles and Carrie would go, spoilers.
Yeah,
So,
spoilers,
good-
darling.
Yeah, I got
Good
the
question.
I
I like how you're thinking about it, but I'm not entirely sure how to answer the question right now. It's one of those things I was talking about before where I'm like, I can't really say anything. But coming up anyway.
All right.
Thanks, man. Hi.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. This is a question about Neo. I don't know if you guys have any plans to bring her back, but here's...
Hey, GB.
Well, for the show. If you do bring her back and give her a voice actor, would you consider Casey Lee Williams to do the voice?
I think that would be awesome. If that were to ever happen, but who knows? And I don't know, again, I can't say if she's actually mute or just been thinking about her phrasing all this time. So keep watching the show in the meantime. It's Chibi! Come on up.
I broke my pen.
I hear SpongeBob's walking around. Ask him. Maybe he'll want to do the voice.
Oh, that'd be so funny. This really mysterious character suddenly just starts talking like SpongeBob.
Hi, Ruby.
Hi, Aunt Raven. I have a question. by any chance, if you could go back and take Yang with you, would things have been different?
If you could go back and take
For
Yang with
Raven.
you.
Would things have been different?
Would you have abandoned your daughter?
Exactly, Blake. Thank you.
Kidnap me? I mean, well, again, this is maybe not an actor question, really, but I would say that Raven has made the choices she's made. So Raven is who she is. So probably if she was asked to do it again, she would do it again.
I'm sure she had
Not a
reasons.
good woman.
Yeah. She had to go to the store get some cigarettes. And,
I'm sure she
There's a
didn't
really
make any
long
decisions in a
line.
vacuum. You know, she's.
But thank you for the question. Come on up.
Thank you.
Over here.
Okay, so I have a question. It's I do some fan fiction writing, and I was wondering, like, do any of you actually follow any of the fan fictions or read them about your characters?
I don't.
Our lawyers will tell you
No.
that we say no.
Yeah.
And that's about all I can say about that. Here's the thing. I mean, like, I don't know how many stories we've told about how the guys have an idea for a new character that they want to do. And then we see somebody does a story or a piece of fan art that happens to have I'll be damned, like the exact same weapon type, or they've decided to influence something. They've used the same fable for an influence that the guys want to use. And if we do, it just gets messy. But here's the thing: for everyone who keeps putting their stuff out into the world, though, the crew finds it really inspiring to see everything that everyone's doing, and we hope that you're getting something out of the process of you guys doing your writing and art, and also just putting your stuff out there and sharing with the community. And so that's kind of all I can say about that. Yeah. Sorry. Thanks. Good question. Come on up. Over here, General.
Us Ironwood fans are dying of anemia currently. So what non-spoiler nonsense can you tell us about James Ironwood's character? What's in his flask? What's in his pants? Has he ever done any...
What? Well, his name is Ironwood, so I don't know.
What?
I didn't say anything else.
You did say something. That's exactly what you
I
said.
said that his name was
Man,
Ironwood.
I wish Jason were here right now. I'm going to tell him this story later.
He's gender fluid.
Ah, that's good. He's very enlightened.
Oh my goodness. What's in his pants?
Has he
Quarters.
ever done a barrel roll on a
Got a
full-size
laundry.
Elysian flagship?
So I invite you to peruse all the great fan fiction that we were referring to earlier. Good question, though. Come on down. Your cosplay is awesome, by the way. Everybody's cosplay this weekend has been on point. Everyone's like, I know, Kira, damn, dude. John back there, and
Can I also point out
we got
this
Weiss
adorable little
and
Ruby
Nora.
right here in the
Yeah.
second row?
I want a whole panel where I just see her and go, and you, and you,
The
and you.
giant hammer with Nora. Yes. Wow, I said that out loud.
Next question on the left, my left.
Okay, so this is another question kind of about Neo. Since Ruby and Yang have both gotten their teeth kicked in by Neo, when are Blake and Weiss and Chibi or on the show going to get their chance to get their teeth kicked in by the bite-sized
Excuse me?
So Chibi team is here. Take note. See if you do pitch for next season.
Who are we getting our teeth kicked in by?
Neo.
Neo.
She's named after ice cream, so we know where that's going to go.
Nice question. Come on up. Over
Give
here.
her some freezer burn.
Drunkle.
Hi, I was wondering, given the reception to the Ruby DLC in Blade Blue Cross Tag Battle, if you've ever tried contacting Arc Systems Works about the possibility of a Ruby fighting game?
That's an excellent question. Come up and get something. Over here on the left. If I had that announcement, do you think I wouldn't have teased it by now? But yeah, no. Here's the thing. No, in all seriousness, show Blade Blue Tag some love and tweet at the BB Tag hashtag and the ARC Twitter account. Just let them know how much you're loving the game, because everybody. Of course, we want to think about these things, but you should let them know that you're thinking about these things,
Yeah.
and that will help. Over here, Weiss.
What's your favorite season so far? Either work on or to watch?
Oh, let me pick one of my favorite children. Sure. jeez. Yeah, what you got?
I loved Volume 4, Episode 8, I want to say 6 or 8, the fundraiser episode.
Oh, yeah.
When
That's
Weiss
great.
finally, stands up to her whole family
Yeah.
and is like, no, everyone shut up. Yes.
Yeah.
Love that. I was so proud of her.
I'm gonna just go with season 5.
Yeah.
Just generally blanket.
I like when Blake burns her own house down and blames it on everyone else. It's like, we did this. Not just me. It was a group effort.
That is so something a cat would say and do. No, I didn't do that.
He's gonna fire you guys. This is crazy. Who did that? What?
I'll tell you what, one of my favorite episodes is still got to be, was it titled PvP? But it's that episode in Volume 3 where all the triggers are pulled and when the alarms start to go off and the crowds start running and the team has to step up. For me, I mean, I'm choking up right now just talking about it, but that moment still gives me chills. That's a great. Anyone else have a favorite they want to talk about?
Yeah, I think Volume 4 is still my favorite. It was definitely a really challenging season. Probably my favorite episode to work on was probably Chapter 7, because, for that entire season, we'd be introduced to Tyrion, and, I had been doing his mocap for the most part, and we finally got to see him fight, and, I just kind of got to cut loose and had really a lot of fun doing that.
And I'll just put in a plug here for season 6.
Spoken like a true producer. Well done, you.
Because it's going to be an amazing season. And we have an amazing crew and amazing fans. So I think we're just going to keep improving each year.
Yeah. Thanks. Come on down. Over here.
For the animators, I got a question for the choreography of the fighting. What's the difference between the choreography between season 5 and 6?
The difference
Well,
between the
once in season
choreography.
five.
Is there anything non-spoilery, Joel, that you might want to say about approaches to fighting this year?
I don't know that I can get anything non-spoilery, but I mean, basically every year, we continue to improve the way that we choreograph fights. I mean, everyone is completely different and unique. So, whether it's doing a combination of mocap and hand key frame animation, it's just continuing to just push beyond what we do every single year. And we have some really talented animators that have gone through the ringer on multiple seasons at this point. So. Yeah, just stay tuned.
Cool. Thanks for the question. Come on down. Next.
So, with all the seasons that we've seen so far of RWBY, what was your favorite kind of spoilery moment where you were just sitting on that, waiting for the episode to be revealed, just so then you could watch the reaction from all the fans?
Pyrrha dies.
I didn't.
That was a big one that we were just holding on to.
Well, yeah, for 3 years.
Yeah, for forever. Like we've known for forever, since
Yeah.
the beginning.
But
But
hey,
that was-
Chibi.
That is the one that we knew about it since the beginning, and we just kind of have to keep it to ourselves. Not in yeah, okay.
I think from last season, it was the scene where Weiss ended up getting stabbed, and we weren't sure if she was actually going to make it or not.
I actually texted Barbara. I was like, does Kara die?
Kara, not Wise, but Kara.
No, I said Kara. Yeah.
That's what I love. Yeah, no.
We're
Same,
incapable of
obviously. I could not look at social media at all after that aired, and because everyone's like, no, do not tell me that Weiss is gone. And I'm like, I'm not going to. But it was my favorite also because I've been a fan of Weiss and Jean ever since the beginning, and so I was super happy that Jean saved her life. Sorry, spoiler. But I expected all of y'all have seen it at least, and if not, that's why you should.
For that kind of question, should we make them take the Pyrrha cereal as the mercy? Yeah, all right, come on down.
Yes.
Oh.
Thanks.
It's a great
Kira, how you doing?
So, is it cold in Vale?
I'm freezing right now.
So seriously, you guys are a huge inspiration and everything else. And kind of building on a question that was earlier with all the OCs and fan art, now that we've opened up the world of Remnant to not just Vale, but to all the continents, Menagerie, everything else, Are there any plans to maybe have what was similar to the Indiegogo for Laser Team reward, where with Team Indigo, where people might be able to submit ideas for OCs or weapons or anything like that, and actually have them become part of the show?
The general answer to that is yes. It's been coming up lately that we want to do some sort of activity like that, but we don't exactly know how to pull it off quite yet. But we want to. We're figuring it out. I'll put it that way. So stay tuned for some sort of announcement.
Yeah, that happened with Velvet, kind of, right?
Yeah,
Way
well,
back
we've done
in
it a
the
couple
day?
of times. We did
Yeah.
Velvet. We did it with the Indiegogo team in the Vital tournament. But
Oh, thank you.
cool. Yeah, thank you. Next question.
I'm very much a newbie, so please take that into consideration as I ask this. And I also like the chibi and want to see much more of that. However, I was wondering if y'all might want to start to include maybe some live action skits, a series of them maybe even.
Of Ruby?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Is that a real cat?
No.
Sorry. Sorry, I looked up and freaked out. Sorry.
The cat looks up and goes, no.
So, by the way, I want to take a moment to give a shout out to the fan live action stuff that's been happening lately. That again, our lawyers should probably say to tell you that we haven't seen. But there's the fans are doing an amazing job with live action stuff right now. Like right this moment, there's nothing we can talk about regarding live action movie. But if Rooster Teeth ever made something Ruby live action, would you be interested in that? Do you think it would play or
I'll do it.
do you have faith that we wouldn't avatar it?
Can I do it?
I don't know. Yeah. What's
Oh,
up?
I'll do it.
That movie never
Oh, okay, all right.
We want to. I
Yeah.
have the bangs.
They're auditioning right now. That's great.
We can make this work. We can do it.
Thanks for the question. Come on down.
We should just get Gus to dress up as
You
a
can be
Grim and
Neptune.
record that.
What'd you say? Sorry, I totally interrupted.
We should just get Gus to suit up as a Grim and just
Oh,
record
yeah.
that and put that in.
Done.
You wouldn't even need to suit up. I mean, he'd
just
just
all
be
four of
Gus
us
and he'd be a
kicking
Grim,
Gus.
right? Hi, big brother.
Over here.
Hi.
Hey, so I've been sitting on this question since like episode 12 of Volume 5 aired, and for those who haven't watched Volume 5, why?
Thank
second
you.
thing is, since we found out that Raven is the Spring Maiden,
What?
is the point of her mask to hide that she has the Spring Maiden powers, and has she had it since Volume 2 when we first saw her?
Ooh.
Dun, dun.
That's kind of spoilery, maybe.
I don't know if I'm supposed to answer that one. I'm really sorry. Yeah, it's a good question.
Good question.
Better safe
About
than
exactly
sorry.
when that transpired, you should ask Carrie and Miles. Yeah, sorry about that. Come on down, though. Hey, could I have a couple of Guardians come up here and help me distribute merch to the other people that are in line? Because what's going to happen here is we're going to take just a couple more questions, and then we got to move on. But what we'll do is at 3 o'clock we'll do the last question, and but we'll go ahead and we will we'll cut the stream. And we will rerun the new character short for anyone who wants to stick around and see it clean, in case you have a couple minutes before you have to rush to your next panel. So.
This was fun.
Hang on for 1 second. So yeah, just hand out for anyone that's in the mic line right now. In the Q&A line, yeah. So if you're in the Q&A line right now, they're going to try and hand out some merch to you. Next question.
Cool. Hi there.
Hello.
Really big fan of the show.
Let's keep it down. Respect.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I was
What's
a
up?
bit close.
We're
quick
here.
question is about Volume 6's story theme. So nothing specifically story related. Miles said that Volume 5 was about kind of getting stronger and kind of
It's like a
coming
word
together after
each
the
has.
trauma. What is a phrase or word to describe the themes of Volume 6?
Cool. No, here's the thing. I quite literally meant to ask the guys. All right, that would like if that question comes up, what would they like us to say? And they didn't tell me yet.
Okay, no
So no,
worries.
but no, I would say that it's how to put this. Anyone take a shot at this? Like, if Joel, what if you had to pick one word?
Can I give stuff to them?
Yeah, go for it.
6.
6.
6.
You heard it here first, everybody. Sorry, man. Come on. All right, you already got a piece of merch. You're good. All right, cool. Thanks. Next question. Let's get through as many as we can.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. The Belladonna Mansion. Is that like the White House, or is that actually Gira's house that he's had for a while? Did Blake grow up in that house, or?
All right, so with the caveat that I might get this wrong, I think that's their family household. I don't think that it was somehow related to the title. Pretty sure.
All right,
Pretty sure. And Carrie and Miles, you'll see them bash me on Twitter later if I got that wrong.
Well, if you got it wrong, then it's the answer, the opposite.
Right, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah, thank you. Next question.
All right. So my question is, will we see any more content or products that center around Team Coffee?
Will we see more content with Team Coffee?
Yes.
Like in the show, or like, would you like a book to come out soon?
Just in general.
By the way, yeah, Myers. It's Eugene Myers was the author's name. Fade that out. So, anyways, but you mean videos with them?
Like videos or like products that you would sell on the store or anything like that.
Chibi. Next question. Sorry.
So this has to do with sort of the age range or like sort of the target audience with RWBY, because towards the beginning it was a lot lighter-hearted, but you know, nowadays the main series is a lot more heavy, and Chibi's also supposed to be chibi. And also has to do with, you said that the coffee book would be YA. What do you think is like sort of the extent that you would stretch the age? Like, would you go for much more mature or much more lighthearted towards the, like this for spin-off series and such, not the actual main. What's sort of extent?
Would you like the box?
Aaron wants
It's the
a box?
official box from Chibi that Blake jumped out of. I'm so sorry. So hey, I'm going to try to see if I could boil this down. What you're asking, you're basically saying that we used to go from a Chibi gags in main show. Now we kind of don't. Chibi kind of dominates. There's a lot of other different styles and the different RWBY stuff coming out. Let me make sure I get this right. So in the main show, are we going to do more Chibi or
I'm
comedic
saying more
stuff?
so like with spin-off content, how much would you be willing to like stretch out the target audience?
Oh, in the spin-off content. Here's the thing. I think that we should kind of go for it all, short of maybe the hentai. But again, we're gonna leave that to the fans. What are you doing anyway? But no, it's I grew up on a healthy diet of different incarnations of the same anime title or the same Western comic book there's certain manga over time where they change out the writing and art teams, and they bring different looks and voices to that property over time. Yeah, I know we're done. So, this will be the last question, by the way. But what I love is how all the extra content, all the supplemental stuff, gets you to have a different perspective on the world and the different voices and looks and maturity levels. So, yeah, I want us to do all of it over time, except the hentai.
Anna.
But I think that's pretty much it. We gotta wrap up. I'm so sorry.
Thanks.
But anyways, it's been. Wait, you want to say something? What's up? We good? Yeah. Cool. So, anyways, thanks so much for hanging out at today's RWBY panel. If you want to, you're welcome to hang out. We are now cutting the stream. Goodbye, stream. Goodbye.